Are you getting tiddly, Medford? Should be alright. You should be ready now, Thomas. Is whack that car bonnet with tree branch. Are you tiddly, Medford? Come on, you cunt. Fuck that bastard. Oh, that's better. I'm sure. Best about this is that it's a lot. Hang on. That's better. It's a lot better set up. This. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. What's it on dark? Oh, thank you, Thomas. I always had my rumours. Oh, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday morning, right? We had a kind of an invite to visit this Buddhist place up near Hatfield, and so I put in postcode. It sat nav, and off we went. And it took us down A18. I thought this is strange. I should have said Hatfield Woodhouse. Alright, we got to Black Bullies, turned right down there. It took us down this road where it looked like it was coming to a dead end where there was a factory. And then there was just like there was a little like a lane just off it. So I went down it and it was like half a mile long of really big white chalk stones. But at the end there was a house. So I'm going about 5 mile an hour, if that. Oh yeah. Yeah, honestly, it gets a bit of a nest bend over this small bridge. It's like asphalt. Then in distance, I could see this long since abandoned 18th century or 19th century farmhouse with some outbuilt and a modern bungalow. But the road, which was this hard, big chunks of chalk, like stone, not gravel, became like a farm track with scattered fragments of brick. And I'm going, this is getting fucking ridiculous, this. And I'm still going really steady. You can hear it pinging up at tyres and ping up at the protection underneath. It got to the point I couldn't go any further, and I said no. So I had to reverse back in stages before I eventually could do a U-turn. And then 5 mile an hour, oh, I must have been near half an hour, 40 minutes, fucking about on this. And then we get towards Lindholm Prison around the perimeter track, and eventually I had to bring them up. I need to alter something. This keeps going fucking dark. And eventually I rung them up, and this American bloke answered, and I says, "Look, I'm fucking lost here. I don't know where the hell I am." I was constantly checking underneath the car because I thought, this could potentially cause us some damage. But thankfully, there's no sign of it. I went there and it was nice. We had a chat with this American bloke, and this last took us into meditation hall, and the first thing that hit me was his smell. I'm like, oh, I like that. It reminded me of Beamish from Coal Fires. And it's this incense stick. They give us some. But it was very nice of them. But yes, I am obviously still awaiting news as regarding. I must say I admire your 50-inch. You know, yours is bigger than mine now.
What? Oh, telly. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. 50-inch.
Yeah.
But it looks a bit. When I put it on, you thought it looks a bit high up, but obviously you get used to it and thinking that's the right. That's the right height, but.
Yeah. What I've noticed is we've gradually built up ever since the house, the bungalow, sorry, and then the flat. When you get a bigger TV, you think wow, and then you kind of get used to it, and then it seems small, um, and then obviously you get oh Jesus Christ, Thomas, but then obviously you get I'm gonna have to adjust myself here. Oh, we get a bigger one, but we'll get a bigger one at some point. But like yourself, it's going to be like definitely a need for a bigger stand. But it does look pretty smart, the one you've got.
Hang on. Oh, fuck's sake. We got our old downstairs one.
Yeah.
There. On Vista Drills, 42 inch.
I think ours is about maybe 44, I think.
Yeah, so we took our DVD player, because we took PS2 up. We're using the DVD player which we got for our wedding present. That's working perfectly, so I brought that downstairs, we're using that. And then I'm going to buy a smaller one for up here.
Yeah, I know tomorrow I've got to go to doctor to pick up a light duties note. Oh, I tell you something, right? I hate ringing them up. I really do hate ringing them up.
That's Polaroid. Bloody hell. They've heard Polaroid as well. This fucker.
As long as it does the job, it don't matter, does it?
Yeah, this is probably a 10-inch screen. There's my hand.
Yeah.
You get deep size to it. Oh, there you go, Terry and Jones Series 9. And, oh, what's this? Oh, yes. That's been, I've got a dog, his name is Rover.
By goodness.
Yep. Oh, look at this. Passing down the garden house, knocking down the sundials. Thought, where the fuck's he living? Nebworth.
He's a snitch. He's a snitching, and this is the dog. This is the house that he's a snitched in, shits in.
I've got his dog. His name is Shelley, and when he shits, they're not as smelly.
No, it's Shelley. Alright.
I've got the cat. His name is.
I've got a Dane. His name. When he had his shit, he buried the cat.
Yeah, that's diary.
Oh, yeah, right. It's all up in the air at the moment. What's happening? Still waiting second half of July, but oh Jesus, it's C Thomas he is a poor boy.
Oh, but Thomas, Thomas,
Cover.
hey Thomas, hello,
He's got his tongue out. Look,
Thomas.
he's got his tongue out. Put your tongue away, boy.
I've
So,
got called another cat now.
eh?
No, I think they're calling him, calling her. Hello, you.
Right, so you got three cats now.
Two. That's the first one, Miranda. Second one is Oreo.
Yeah, he's got appetite like his dad.
Yeah, we start playing with each other, but Miranda don't like it.
Oh Jesus, big yawn, Thomas. Right, so what I'm going to do is, as soon as we get the second half of July, I mean it's subject to change because even though a B for Menorca are back on the green watch list. Oh, he's touching me with his paw. Oh, he's a sweet boy. For fuck's sake.
No.
He's a tart. I think what they're doing is, I think they're building up the big bases first, so it is subject to change. But however, if the first half of July, the second half of July, the first half, where if it's after the 19th when it all happens, that's perfect because that means that would be my first night shift on the 19th. So I think, yeah, first or second night shift. So I'm hoping that obviously we get a bit more busier. But if we can bring it forward, oh for fuck's sake, bring it forward to July the 17th, it'll be a lot better for yourself. But if that's not possible, then obviously it has to be July 24th, where the plan of action is this. I will, as part of our kind of, could call it big shop or medium shop, whatever, it varies. I will get the fridge pack if there's no substantial offers like rollback at Asda or that padlock thing at Sainsbury's. I've never seen the fridge pack on the club card price, but I will endeavour to try and find a cheap as price as possible. But I'll get the fridge pack because we only need the one fridge pack on the Friday. So basically that means all we've got to do is pick you up if it is July the 24th at the usual area. I'll find some opening near to the way you walk out on the access road to the Chico. We'll save a good 15 minutes not fucking about with the diversion to Tesco's. And then we've just got to get the slightly reduced order from the butchers. Instead of 6 burgers, 5, instead of 4 sausages, 2. So that should as you commented the other day, should bring it down to roughly what it would cost you for a box of fish anyway. You know, the youngs, not the.
But it's better, better, isn't it? That's faffing about. Just chuck it on one tray and that's it, done.
Yeah, because for me, if it is the 24th, it's a later start for Nosh. So there'll be,
last time was pissing about, drinking whiskey and chatting and all that, weren't we?
Well, also one of the mistakes I did, and I did the same thing the other day, was when we went to the Asda because the big tins were reduced to 4.30 instead of the 4.49 as it is at Tesco's and Asda. I went back the way to Berkeley Circle, and I made the same mistake the other day, and it's like 10 minutes of your life. Stop start. So what I should have done in that case is done an illegal right turn out of the side exit there facing the pub. I know you're not supposed to. If it's possible, I'd have gone through the back roads of the villages, which would have saved us about 5 minutes. But with me doing the pit stop at Tesco's on the Friday, that's that cut out. So I'll be like, right, I looked at crib sheet and I should be stepping out the door towards the gatehouse about 1:45, for example. So then I know I'll be there for about 20 to 1. Maybe just a bit before that to get myself in position. Then you in, bish bash bosh, your bag with your spare t-shirt or whatever, jumper, whatever. Clink, clunk, click.
Spray, deodorant.
Car wash. Straight to butchers. Slightly reduced up because for me the curry would be spoilt if I had the same as last time. Because it were not. I didn't feel overly stuffed, but I do like the curry, and I'm about to say I had one yesterday, but she did her own lecture, but I had my curry with, and it's way too much rice. But
yeah, you could do without that single burger.
That's why I said I'm gonna do without the single burger. Just have the double burger and that's it. Because otherwise it just totally ruins the main event food wise, which is the curry. Now I've got a great big tub of Asda's own brand gravy, so I'll have plenty.
I don't know what it did, but that second album of curry was spot on. It wasn't watery at all.
Well, I added a few little extra teaspoons of gravy granules into the mix.
Yeah, that made it a lot better, that did.
Yeah, well, you demolished both ones anyway, so so that chili my old man gave me. Have you got a container? Do you want some chili? So I took a small container round. Well, not small, bit average small. Oh, okay, now there was enough there for about 3 meals of my dad's homemade chili. We had some today because we had to defrost the freezer again. Because I think what happened was there was a bit of something in a wrapper bag was poking out the drawer and it was letting it basically the top shell, the top one, top drawer, the ceiling of it was again encrusted with ice, and it was like the drawer wasn't shut properly, even though the alarm wasn't going off straight away, and that caused. I asked him, "What's that beep beep? What's that beep out?" I said, "It's the fucking freezer." And there's 3 lights in your freezer. You've got your green light for power. I think your red light's like a warning, and then you have to switch on your fast freeze for the alarm to stop working when you shut the door. So I said, we'll have to defrost that because it's not as bad as before, but the ceiling of the freezer, it was iced over because maybe there wasn't a perfect shut on the drawer. There was like a freezer bag poking out, which then caused maybe it accelerated the cooling process. So I'm like, so she waited today for a good hour. I got 2. I mean, this is how ravenous people are. Went to your Tesco's Friday. I got 2 reduced trays of Tesco chicken thighs. And what we do with them is, ideally, we skin them and debone them, and then we do like some kind of like a hoisin sauce with rice. And I got two of them. I says, so I'll put them into freezer bags. Actually, 3 freezer bags, though, are small ones. And within half an hour, or me, because she wanders round F and F or 2 or George or whatever, that reduced shelf were nearly fucking empty. They're like bloody piranhas. Like bloody piranhas, I tell you. So I got the 2 boxes of the chicken thighs. I mean, you can get them deboned and deskinned, but obviously they're a bit dearer than the ones that have the bone and the skin on. It's cheaper to get the ones with bone and skin on and do what you said. You get more bang for your buck. But how do you think that? Yeah, right. Back to the newly renamed Sir Dennis Hodge Gathering. Now we've reintroduced the comedy hour, which is a much needed barrier between overdosing on the gothic horror and all that, and witches and stuff. And it was brilliant, that session of Happy Ever After and Terry and June. And also we've got now Romney Jones and Just My Dear and Ain't I Thought Mum, Bless This House and Love Thy Neighbour, especially the classic voodoo episode. Say to me, Eddie, Voodoo, 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 voodoo. Plinky, plonky, plinky, plonky. Me white honky. Me white honky. Is that it? No. There's one more thing. Bloody hell! What did you say to him? What did you say to him? Oh, nothing. It was only a joke. What did you say to him? Oh, I'm having a laugh. He shot off. What did you say to him? Well, I said to him to dance naked round a tree. He's there going, Plinky. He's like, bloody hell. Oodoo, voodoo, oodoo, voodoo, oodoo, voodoo. And there's Bill Pertwee going on his bike and he falls into the ditch. Right, so I've got a comedy hour. I was just thinking about it the other day about we used to do the board games. I'm not too fussed about Monopoly because that was too time consuming and we never ever really finished it. Although the one time I do remember you would have won because I was buying early and you just bought at the right time and I always land on the bastards. You built fucking hotels and
you landed on the hotel, give me rent.
Yeah.
Give me your rent.
Yeah, that.
We didn't even collect £200 on the way to go. Just, I owe you this, I owe you that. And they fucking both £1,000 in debt. And I read the instructions saying, please collect £100 every time you pass go. Did you do that?
Well, it wouldn't matter because you actually just bought at the right time and bought the right place, and then put hotels on and houses and stuff, and of course that increased the rent, especially at Park Lane. But it was just so time consuming. We never really properly finished a game. So it's Cluedo, which we can. But my favourite one was definitely was Hangman, which I got from a charity shop. You pick an obscure word on your phone, one that can be checked, and it's with Vincent Price on the front. I went, oh yes! I can't believe I've got the one with Vincent Price on. I mean, it's almost in um, like it's just come out at shop. So we'll introduce an element because we can do the Hangman and still kind of like put a mild film on, and glance at it like not an important film, but one because we've still got was it of the portmanteau film we've still got in the order of years made would be Dr. Terry's House of Horrors, Torture Garden, The House That Dripped Blood,
That's 3 for a start.
and The Uncanny.
4. There are only 4 left.
Yeah, because we watched Asylum, didn't we? Asylum, From Beyond the Grave, Tales That Witness Madness, Vault of Horror, what's the Vault of Horror? Asylum,
Tales That Witness Madness.
yeah, Tales, Tales That Witness Weathermans, so we need to watch The House That Dripped Rubbish, Dr. Terror's House of Dumpy Sites. Oh, that's another one I've chucked away, Jeff. I've had to chuck another one away. It won't bloody work. Curse of Crimson Altar. Bloody. I had to chuck that one away. Tales of Witness Madness. The first Hobbit. The first Lord of the Rings. Oh, Jesus. I don't. What I'm going to do with Horror Hospital, got it on Blu-ray. That bastard won't work. And bloody Britannia Hospital. Oh, it could be that your Blu-ray laser's buggered. The two rays it, and then you're going. You know something? If you get your new Blu-ray player and that Blu-ray works, I'll be sympathetic.
And you got one just in case you tried it and you thought, for fuck's sake.
Well, when Britannia Hospital played, because that's a Lindsay Anderson film with Graham Crowden, Brian Pettifer from he's in Rhapsody Nesbitt, Mark Hamill's in it from Star Wars, and Robin Asquith is I think Joan Hickson's in it as well, and Leonard Rossiter, and it was being re-released. There was a limited edition Blu-ray with a 30-page booklet, and so I got it, and of course I got the Blu-ray version of Horror Hospital, which you got the DVD version of, with the excellent documentaries, the making of, and Robert Asquith goes back for treatment. and that wouldn't play. That was hit and miss. I'm like, oh please, can I have my copy of Horror Hospital back, please? I was begging like some pathetic seal clapping for a bucket of fish. And then when you told me it was just probably there were two lasers in the Blu-ray player, I went, oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, it was bad enough that I spent all that brass on bloody Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, theatrical version, and then you tell me there's a long dong silver version. So I goes for the long dong silver version. So's the micro penis version at a third of its total price for both of them. Then you'll say, "Oh, I've got it on my phone as well and my tablet and downloaded it," and I'm like, "Oh, what do?" Of course, the version I get, which the big dick version of Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, I get triple the amount of fucking discs with behind the scenes bollocks. 21 discs of extras, which I barely scratched the surface. If I'll be honest with you, barely scratched the surface. So the tricky thing is, where do we go once we've clattered the 4 portmanteau films? And where we do, if we do start on, say, Vincent Price, for example, or do a bit of Vincent Price and some of the mummies, we'll just obviously make a note of what we've watched. For fuck's sake. Because, I mean, have you got your hard copy of Cry of the Banshee yet?
I showed you it.
Oh yeah. No. Thomas has fucked. Oh, nearly dropped that bastard. Thomas has fucked off. Fresh is out. He's had a. It was like it yesterday. Thrasher. She went out, got him in. Amber for some reason is jealous of Thrasher because Thomas looks to Thrasher like we like to think as like a father figure. And sometimes Thrasher plays with Thomas, like he wanted to do when we first took him in. But Pimpush was a bit of an arse back then, and he didn't want to know. So that put Thrasher off, wanting to mix and play. But Thomas, bless him, he looks up to Thrasher like his daddy. Now Thomas is fucked off, I can get in much better position. Oh, yeah, bastard. Yeah, so it's like where do we go? So it's kind of I've been watching the Frankensteins tonight, thanks to you sending me that clip of Revenge of Frankenstein, including that still of Lionel Jeffries and Michael Ripper in the pub before he has that heart attack. I mean, I like the way when Lionel Jeffries does that. He goes, "Hello, I'm Baron Frankenstein." I mean, total comedic hamming it up of a bloke with a dicky ticker having a heart attack and falling into the grave of what turns out to be the priest who they managed to get him under the hangman's noose at the end of the well start of the second film, you could say.
No. Guillotine.
Yeah, guillotine. And at the end of the day, he was killed all the same. His life was deceased. Kick the bucket. So it's like, well, what do we start with? Because I've got all mummies. Pardon me. Including the one which features casting mind back to Diary of a Madman. Vincent Price. The actor who he gets called to at the beginning of the film and is going, I don't know what happened to me. You know me, I'm quite sane, but this thing possessed me. He's like, well, yeah, and then suddenly he goes mad and he's like that, like the scene from Horror Express. Then, unbeknownst to him, Judge Cordier is possessed by this. I forgot again. This elemental. Well, that actor who's this evil spirit passes to Cordier is in, I think, the Mummy's. No, it's Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Because in the Mummy's Shroud, there's this blonde piece in it. It was in the film. It's fucking gorgeous, nice cheekbones. But it also stars the second Malcolm from Terry and June. Forgot his name now. The man who played Malcolm in Terry and June, the second one, not Terrence Alexander, who got blinded in the face with acid in Vault of Horror. It's a second Malcolm, and it also stars I think.
Cat's bloody pissing about.
Oh. There's so much choice in there. We'll get it all in. Like Horror Express. I mean, we've got to get Horror Express in, and of course, now this is a good one for you. Now we have our, as you say, the bricks and mortar of the Sir Dennis Hodge gathering, formerly known as P&J Sessions. The bricks and mortar basically being A, Old Speckled Hen, film wise, The Skull, Captain Clegg, and there was another one that I mentioned, I think I suggested the other day, one of the videos I sent you, The Gorgon. Also, we can't watch the same three films every time because that would take up part of the viewing program. So it's kind of like it is. Is it one or two films that are the ones we can't do without seeing? Is it? And I was thinking The Skull and Captain Clegg.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Skull is original. In fact, I've got two copies of that. Well, actually, four copies really. Two DVD, two Blu-ray. One from a charity. No, one from a charity show. Only 50p. What was it? Oh, I've actually got Evil of Frankenstein. But it's a double play. It's a DVD and Blu-ray as well. Um, so like really we could like slip in. I mean, where would you like to start with after we've finished the Uncanny? Would you like to start with a bit of Vincent Price or start on some like the odd films like Eye Monster, Hands of the Ripper?
The odd films will do me.
Yeah, so could do like some of the odd films, and then the next session, which would be August, which will be a full session because August the 14th is when you're on the late shift. So kind of a proper, and there we can start with like the Frankensteins or the Draculas. When the Draculas alone, you've got obviously Dracula, Brides of Dracula, which is a standalone film, doesn't have Christopher Lee in it. Then Dracula Prince of Darkness, followed by Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. Then you've got Taste of Blood of Dracula, Scars of Dracula, which stars Dennis Wortman. Then you've got Dracula AD 72 and the Satanic Rites. Then your Frankensteins, man. I've got all the Frankenstein, Curse of Frankenstein, Revenge of, Evil of, but that's a standalone film. That's not a sequel or a prequel. Then you got Frankenstein Created Woman, Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. Technically, Horror of Frankenstein with Ralph Bates. Well, that's just a remake of the first film, I think, but done with a bit of black comedy. That's 1970, and then 1974 you've got Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell with Shane Bryant. But the Mummies, you've only got four. Mummy, or in my case, La Mumia. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, The Mummy's Shroud, and Blood of the Mummy's Tomb with the gorgeous Valerie Leon. Leader of the Lubby Dubbies. Oh, a little more? Well, I wouldn't say no. The odd ones. I'm just thinking now, we've got some crackers, haven't we? We've got Hound of the Baskervilles with Miles Malleson, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Yvonne Romaine, and Andre Morel. What else have we got? Oh, I can do it myself now. Hands of the Ripper. That's Eye Monster. Hand of the Baskervilles. Countess Dracula. Night of the Big Heat. Oh, yes.
Island of Terror.
Island of Terror. Blood Beast Terror. The Creeper in Flesh. There's loads.
Oh, don't forget Tower of Evil.
Oh yes, Tower of Evil. And House of the Long Shadows. Which we both got. The Flesh and Blood Show.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me. So there's a lot of obscure films, but definitely, I think August 14th will start with. We'll try to do maybe a mix, bit of Vincent Price. The Draculas alone, man, would be fantastic. I'm just pleased. I got 2 for 25 quid off HMV. The Satanic Rites of Dracula. Them. The Shining with 25 minutes of extra footage. But what's that? Fucking bar now. Hey? It's supposed to be a skull. Is that it? That's wank.
I am a delicious tomato.
I'm going to change this fucking out. What's I've got? That's wank. Oh, that'll do. Yeah, I've got loads of choice. Loads and loads and loads and loads of choices. And it's frustrating when you run out of time, when you think like, fucking hell, what? The best thing about that is we have got the comedy hour to fall back on. So it's win-win-win. I still got that episode called Comfort. Oh, I tell you something, that gay soaper in that sitcom. Isn't she? I mean, she's still not bad looking now from what I see. Obviously, not as maybe as nice as she was back then. But that I like that the opening credits of series 4 of Romney Jones when it shows her coming outside caravan to see him off, and she's in a nightie, and there's that lad going, whoa. Just like that's in Yus, my dear, when Benny kind of invites Wally and Queenie Watts to that fancy club, and he's in that great big green suit, and that Molly, who he's going out with, nice bit of crumpet, sits down with that short skirt on, and he's like going, whoa. So, no, that's it. You can sit round here, love. I'm alright here, love. No, I think I'll be alright round here, Wally. Whoa.
Look like I just been saffron.
that. Oh, before we knock off, as you know, you sent that picture of that fish and chip shop, which wasn't there when we used to go down. The Golden Place.
Yeah, there was a chippy, there still is a chippy on Manor Park, but bit of a trick, isn't it?
Yeah, Seaview, I think it's called. Oh well, called now, but I'm called something different then. Well, something I found is actually four strategically placed chip shops in total, which is fair for all the chip shops because they all serve a different part of Bournemouth. The Golden Friar is just near the football ground. And I probably walked past that turn off many a time when I used to walk up to the Shooting Star along Brook Road. You go around past McDonald's, you go around that red brick building where the cinema used to be in at the end of Confession of a Pop Performer. Now the council offices. You go around there, passes 2 blocks of flats, and then there's a little water channel on Brook Road, I think it's called. We just up before there's a toilet football ground, it's Golden Friar. Then Aylesford Road, as if we're going towards Leeming Road shops, where Timmy Lee has the accident with Carol Hawkins' Mini in Pop Performer, but not there, it's a little bit before, I think. There's another chip shop there, and of course Manor Way, Seaview, and the Golden Place on Shenley Road. And it seems all 4 of them have got really good ratings. You know, Gordon Cod near us is the kind of place where you get far too many chips, and where you can get a big bag of chips, and a lot of them were either underdone or overdone. So to get a chip shop with good ratings, you know, it's a win-win-win. Right, before we knock off, I'll update you should the roster, although it is subject to change, is regarding. Well, what I'll do is, let's say for example, it does issue the second part of July, and it does look like we can have some kind of decent session on the 17th. What we'll do is I'll say to okay, it's green. It's a bit like the holiday watch list with this government. I'll say July the 17th is on the green list, but it's on the green list watch list. You know, at a moment's notice that he might get a notification that that flight's going to start, so here's a revised roster. So it is hopefully so we've still got the 24th to fall back on. Should the July 17th become available, and then within 2 days' notice it changes where it's not available, we've still got the 24th to fall back on. Because he gets daily updates from the tour operators and the airport, and we could get 3 different variations of the roster in, you know, we could get 2 different rosters in the same week, maybe 3 days apart. Not his fault, it's just the information that he receives. But I mean, and I don't, I know it sounds awful, but I am hoping that we can do July 17th. But I'll let you know. Alright, Mom Brav. It's gone 2 o'clock, so I'll let you get off. You're on lates next week, aren't you?
Holiday.
Holiday.
Oh.
Alright. Well, I can't. Well, oh, so. Well, one way round it is this: to leave your Saturday free, because we can't do Sunday because you're on earlys. We could do Friday. Because obviously I can't do Tuesday because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because she's on reduced days at the bakery. Can't really do because with the physiotherapy at hospital on Tuesday, 11:30. So we could do Friday. That leaves you Saturday free. And hopefully by then I should have some updates as regarding the possibility. So we can play with both of the dates, you see. Ready? Oh, I've lost my pissing. Well, I haven't lost it. I've lost my. It's misplaced somewhere. My Freddie Mercury mask at my stash. I reckon it'd be in a coat pocket. That's where it could be. I just thought of it. I've got my blue jacket in bloody car boot. I bet you that moustache is in my jacket pocket. Right. I'll catch you obviously during the week. We'll send some video messages during the week. But as regarding the Dennis Hodge conference call, we'll leave that to Friday. I'm gonna have one quick last blast of the episode of Cold Comfort with episode 2 of series 4 of Rodney Jones, and then I'm gonna call it quits. I shall see you later, Mr. Horn.
Yeah.
Yes.